Hey guys, for the first time I am baking for this Christmas and the first recipe which struck my mind was the plum cake. The version we are making today is eggless and traditionally plum cake is made with rum, but we are going to make it with wine. So let's get started. Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel Snehal's Cookiteria. Here I have some candied fruits. These are dried apricots which I have cut it into small pieces. These are candied mango slices which I have again cut into small pieces. These are dried strawberries. To make this eggless fruit cake, you can use any of your favorite dried fruits like raisins, dried dates, figs, apricots, berries, etc. Nowadays, these are easily available in the market. Approximately you can take 2 to 3 tablespoons of each dried fruit. We will also be adding chopped almonds and cashews in the cake, but they need not be soaked in the wine as they will lose their crunch. They are dried plums called as prunes. They are so soft that you can either chop them or directly just break and add. If you are not getting any of the dry fruits as mentioned in the recipe, you can only add same quantity of tutti frutti, almonds and cashews. Now it's time to add wine in the dry fruits. If you want to make the cake without alcohol, you can use the same quantity of orange juice in it. Here I am adding about 200 ml of wine and let it soak for at least 24 hours. Authentic plum cake requires the dry fruit to soak for 30 days in a cool place to get maximum flavor. Now mix this well and cover it with lid and let it rest for at least 24 hours. Now let's check the status of the dry fruits after 24 hours. They have become soft and plumpy and have soaked all the wine added in it. Now let's make sugar syrup for the cake. Here I have taken 1.5 cup of granulated sugar and let it melt on high flame without burning. Do not add water before the sugar melts because it will not give the beautiful brown color to the cake. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. You can see that the sugar has started melting and now it has completely melted. Add 3/4 cup hot water in batches and be careful while adding it as it may splutter. Make sure you add the water after sugar completely melts. The reason behind adding the water is when the melted sugar cools down, it will crystallize and will be difficult to mix in the cake batter. Instead of this, if you have brown sugar, you can add it directly in the cake batter and it will leave the same results. Let's set this aside and allow it to cool. Meanwhile, I'll start working on my dry ingredients. So in a bowl, firstly I'll add 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, that is maida, followed by 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 tablespoon cocoa powder, half teaspoon cinnamon powder, half teaspoon cardamom powder and a pinch of salt. You can use any spices of your choice. I'll give all the dry ingredients a good mix and once everything gets evenly combined, I'll set it aside and proceed to the next step. Now in another bowl, let's start working on the wet ingredients. Firstly, I'll add 150 grams of unsalted butter which is at room temperature. The butter should be at room temperature because it becomes easy to work with it and the other ingredients get quickly combined in it. You can also manually whisk the butter till it becomes light and fluffy. Now in this, add 1 cup of curd and start whisking it together. At this stage, add 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and once again give it a good mix. Now add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now add half a cup of sugar syrup which we have prepared, and it should be at room temperature. One of the most basic and important tip I would like to give you is that while baking a cake, all the ingredients which you are using should be at room temperature. Using the spatula, I'll be mixing sugar syrup in the batter. This is done, and now I'll pour all the seed dry ingredients that we have set aside earlier. Mix it with the spatula by cut and fold method, and once you stop seeing the large flour packets, whisk again with the beater to make a silky smooth batter. While mixing, by mistake my spatula got broken, but still no worries, हम इसी से काम चला लेते हैं. My cake batter is ready. Now into this I'll be adding the soaked dry fruits. The deep, dark and bright colors of the dried fruits gives attractive and an inviting look to the cake. We'll reserve some of the soaked ones for final garnishing. Now we'll add some chopped glazed cherries. Now into this I'll be adding chopped dry fruits. Here I'm using a mix of almonds and cashews. As stated earlier, the reason behind adding them later on is that they should not lose their crunch. Keep mixing until all the dry fruits get covered with the batter. The cake batter is ready. I have lined my cake tin with a butter paper. The cake tin is of 3-inch height and 7 cm diameter. But I suggest you to select a tin of at least 4-inch height. Let's pour batter in the tin. Today I will be baking the cake in neither an oven nor a pressure cooker but in kadhai. Smooth out the surface of the batter with a spatula and tap it until the batter settles properly in the tin. Let's top it with the reserved dry fruits. The cake has been perfectly baked. Now let's invert it and remove the butter paper. The cake has rised evenly. Now let's prick it with a pointed knife and pour the leftover sugar syrup over it. Let it absorb for 10 minutes and it's ready to eat. Enjoy this Christmas with this delicious plum cake. And if you have liked the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Snehal's Cookiteria. Till then, stay happy and keep smiling. Bye bye.